Hi Middle Country patrons, welcome to our next Take and Make project. My name is Amber Gagliardi. I'm a librarian here at the Middle Country Public Library, and I'm going to be showing you how to make this DIY sunflower string art project. So here it is. I think this is a really great project. I had a lot of fun doing this. It was my first time doing string art and I really enjoyed it. So you could definitely do it if this is your first time. Just takes a little bit of practice. It does take about, I would say, a good hour and a half to complete this project. You can break it up into different sections. You could do your nails and then do your string after. But let's go through it. Let's get started. I'm excited about this. And let me tell you what was in your Take and Make kit. So the kit that you got from us, you got this really nice piece of wood. It's a plank here, plaque. So here it is. It has a nice border on it. It's a good size, and it's wrapped in the plastic, so you have to take that off. You got the embroidery floss. So you got two yellows. You're gonna be doing all these petals here, so you're gonna need two of them. You got the black embroidery floss. That's gonna be for your center of your sunflower. You got a package of nails. They are all a little different, but they all do the same thing. You just have to make sure you have like a mushroom head on them, which all of yours do. And they're all different colors, but all of the colors will look great for this project. So I made sure that they will work for this. You also got a photo clip. It's right here. It's black. It's a little small, so make sure you find this in your bag. You also got your vinyl decal that's here, and you got a piece of transfer tape. So you'll need this to put this on, and if you've never done that before, I will show you how to do it. So those are paper clipped together, so keep those together. And you also got a template. So this is going to be really helpful in doing your string art. The design is done for you. Hopefully you like it. I know sunflowers are really popular, and then we made it functional with the clip. So that's nice. You could, add whatever photo you like to this. If you're giving it as a gift, you can add a photo of maybe you and the person, or you're giving it to a kid, you can just put their photo. And then what's nice about the clip is you can change it and update it or do whatever you want with it. So that's fun, and you can change it for the seasons, which I'll probably do. My daughter is very young in this picture, but as she gets older, I can certainly change it. So I really like that part about it. And then of course the You Are My Sunshine, it's just perfect with the sunflower. So in addition to your kit, you're gonna need some of your own supplies. So you're gonna need a hammer, and you're gonna get a little workout with the nails. Scissors are always great to have on hand. Some sort of glue. I have a glue gun here. I have my wood glue to adhere the clip to. And you might wanna grab a pair of pliers. I'm gonna show you a trick later on how to use these to kind of hold your nails in place. So if you have a pair of pliers, that could be helpful. And also if you need to adjust any of the nails, these are helpful. So that would be good. And really that's all you need. So everything you really need is included in the kit, and then you definitely need the hammer. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is just remove your plastic off of your wood. And then you're going to line your template up to your wood. So you're gonna do portrait style this way. I guess if you really want to try it landscape, you can. I won't be guiding you through that, but if you know what you're doing and want to change it up, you can. But this is set up to be portrait style, and you're going to line your corner where I wrote line up this corner and start here to there. And then you can see I wrote top right corner here. So you have a nice guide. Let me just, okay. So you're gonna line it up. And the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to start at the corner and you're gonna take a nail. You can use a piece of tape and tape it so it doesn't move. I am just gonna go ahead and get started. So you just take your nail, you know, you can go in the center of the dot and then you're gonna take your hammer and line it up. Now, if you're having a hard time hitting it because the nail is small, you can take a pair of pliers, hold it, and then just give it a good whack. Now, I did it about 3 times and I did find the pliers to be really helpful. When I did this one, I didn't do that and I read that tip and I'm like, that's a really good idea. So passing it along to you. So again, you're gonna work your way around. I just kind of put it right in the center. Make sure your paper is lined up. And put it in. Now you do want to make sure your nails are nice and even. So be mindful of like how many times you hit it, and you can kind of even it out after you get them all in. And you're really just going to make your way along and just keep hitting them in. Now you want to make sure your nails do not go all the way through your board. So, you know, like I said, a little bit halfway, you're going to be stringing your embroidery floss alongside of these. So just go ahead and make sure it's in, but not all the way through. Let me show you a couple more. Again, if you use the pliers, you can hold it. Oops. Now, one thing you can do, which I did when I was doing this, is I did stand up for a little bit to nail over it. So you can try that, but it is going to take you a little bit of time to go all the way around. So go ahead and work on putting all the nails on every single one of these dots. And I am going to join you when you're done with that. So you can even pause this video and then restart it when you're done with the nails. And then I'll show you how to do the embroidery floss and string your nails all together. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm almost done with all my nails. I'm on the last petal here. So I'm just worked my way around, hammering them in. So I'm just gonna finish up. I did have a lot of luck with my pliers. I was on a pretty good track here. And don't be afraid to move it around. You know, don't try to like nail over stuff. You can twist it around and adjust. So I'm just... Now, a couple of good things that I learned when doing this is, you know, I kind of just stick the nail in and then I use the pliers. And then if you hold the hammer on the end, you get a good swing and it goes in. So a couple little friendly tips. I kind of stick it in a little bit and then take the pliers, hold it down. But there's definitely a lot of nails, so it's worth the effort, so keep going. It does make a really nice design when there are a lot of nails. So, but you know, it does. I had my music going. It took me, I would say, 8 songs to do all the nails, so just got to keep at it. I only have 2 more left, so. If it comes in a little crooked, you can always use your pliers just to adjust a little bit. And when it's really close together, you kind of just gotta work around the other nails, but it's doable. Okay. So when you're done and you have all the nails in, you're just gonna wanna take a moment just before you start doing the string. Just look around. So if there's any one that is like a little crooked, just move it over, then give it, hammer it in a little bit more. And then you can kind of just make sure they're all as even as possible, so your string can connect easily. So just take a moment, make sure none of them are loose, and as straight as possible. Okay, you can kind of just fix any that are coming undone, because you definitely don't want to do all the work on the string and then have it come off. So good. Okay, fantastic. Okay. So when you have all the nails in and they look nice and even and ready to go, you are going to remove the paper. So you're just going to start at the top again and just rip it. And this will make sure that all your nails in too, because if they're loose, they're gonna come out here. Okay, if you have any little pieces left, you can just grab them with your pliers. So any like little pieces of paper stuck to the nail, just do that. Just adjusting a few here. And then what you're gonna wanna just take note of is where your center is and where your petals are. So each of the petals on the end have 2 nails that connect it, and then your center goes all the way around the center of your sunflower, and that's going to be in black. So you just want to be sure that you take a look at the picture that I gave you and kind of see where that happens, because you don't want to accidentally connect nails that aren't supposed to be connected. And you can see I'm doing adjusting. So a couple of my nails came loose when I took the paper off. So I'm just nailing them back in and just making sure we're ready to go. This one's a little crooked. Okay. So the first thing you're gonna do when you're all done with the nails, okay, so then you want to get your black embroidery floss, and you can turn it this way, and you are going to keep this so it doesn't get all tangled. So have a good spot for it over to the side, and you're going to start with the corner again, and you're going to tie a basic knot right here at the corner. Nothing fancy here, just a nice knot. Make sure it's nice and tight. If you want to do it a second time, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to do it twice. Okay. And then you're going to outline the center of your sunflower first. So that means you're going to go just loop it around. Just bring this a little bit closer so you can see. Just going to loop it around. If it comes undone like that, that's okay. Just start all over. But you're going to want to make sure it's nice and tight. And you're gonna wanna go around the outline once, at least, tie it tight, and then loop it. I'm just gonna loop it around again here so it doesn't come undone. Okay, then the next thing you're gonna do is where you get to be a little bit more creative. This is where you can kind of weave in and out. You can do it randomly. You can have a pattern that you're kind of following in your head. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around here, like this, and then I'm gonna go around here, around here, around here. Okay, so I kind of did a zigzag, and now I'm gonna kind of just randomly go around just how I see fit. And I'm gonna make it also so it's easier for my string not to get loose too. So now what you can do is if you find that it keeps pulling, you can use some like tacky glue And just gonna use like a little nail to get some out. I'm just gonna use like a little bit of glue, and I'm gonna put it on the ends of my nails. This will kind of just help it stay into place a little bit. Now, if you're on a good track and you don't find it's coming off, you don't have to do this. So I'm just taking a little bit of glue and I'm putting it on the outside nails. So this is kind of just gonna hold it in place. And then when I put the new string on, it's just gonna, you know, give it a little bit of tackiness so they don't keep sliding off. So that's optional. It's just a little trick that I did just to kind of keep it into place. Now you just want to keep going until you are satisfied with the design. But this is where you really get to be creative. There's really no right or wrong way of doing this. And when you end it, just give yourself some extra string. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make a knot. And you could always do it twice just to be very sure, which I'm gonna do. After all that hard work of stringing, I'm gonna just, again, do it twice. I looped over the outer edge here just to make it tight. And then you can trim your two pieces like that. So you can kind of see my design. I just weaved it around the outside. The key is to outline it, and then you just go back and forth however you think will look good. Let me show you the yellow. Now for the petals, again, you just want to be very careful to like note what they are. So each of the ends of the petals have 2 nails. So 1, 2, that's the end of it. And you're gonna have extra black left over. And again, you just start with the corner, tie a knot. You can even kind of get it started before you put it on. Do yourself just a basic loop, and then you can put it on the edge. Tighten it. If you want, you could do it twice. And then you're gonna go around the outside. I always go counterclockwise when I'm doing this string heart, but you could go the other way. I'm outlining the petal first. Okay, and then you're gonna weave back and forth however you see fit. And I do sometimes wrap my string around the nail head just to make sure it's secure. So you can do that as well. And if it pops off, just keep going with it. Just start all over. Or start from wherever it popped off. Now, if you're doing it and you don't like it, just take it off and, you know, redo it before you tie it. I just thought the like one piece was too close, so I just kind of redid it. Just use your eye and see what looks good to you. Okay, so then you're gonna take this off again. You can kind of knot it before it goes on. And then pull it tight. And double knot. Then trim. Okay, so go ahead and work on your other petals and just note where they are, and then I'll join you again for the last one and give you a few more hints. Okay, I'm on my last petal here, and I did have to open a new embroidery thread, so embroidery floss, excuse me. So I am going to tie up the last one. Tie it here. And I'm gonna go around. Oops. That's when you start all over. And then you weave in and out in any pattern you'd like. And you just want to kind of do the same amount on each one. You don't want to, you know, go crazy on one and then not do as many strings on the other. So I would just take note of that. Do want them to kind of look the same or not. But that's what I think looks nice, to kind of have the same amount of back and forth on them. And then I tie the knot. I did it twice nice and tight. And you could always, you know, fix some of your nails. They're not feeling right. And trim the sides. So there it is with all the string art on it. It's looking good. And if you decided you didn't like one, like I'm not loving this one, you could always go back and do it, or even just add more string. So, you know, you can't really tell if you start a new string and do it again. So I just not really liking this big line, but it's fine for now. You could always go back and adjust. But you can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. They each have 2 nails at the bottom. And then this goes around here. So that's where you'd want to be careful on the outline. And everyone's going to look slightly different based on the amount of string that you go back and forth and exactly like where you position your nails on that dot if you're like a little over. But overall, you really cannot go wrong. It you know, it looks nice. It's kind of supposed to look wild and you know, artsy. So you know, just do what you think looks good. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do is use your vinyl decal. We cut these out on the Cricut machine. So those are done for you, and I think it's sized nicely for the project. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove all the negative or unwanted area. So if you just go ahead and find a corner and carefully start to remove the background. You just want to make sure as you do it, none of the letters are coming off. Now the A can be a little tricky, so just take your time. If you have some popsicle stick, you could just hold it down if you have to. You can start on the other side to kind of see how it lifts up. The hardest part is that A, so make sure that A stays put for you. Okay. And then you're just gonna have to weed in between. So my A got a little messed up. Let me see if I can fix it. So I'm just kind of holding it down. Good. You can look at the picture and kind of see how the A is supposed to lie. It is really pretty, but it does get very thin there. So just look at the photo that I gave you on the directions to kind of see how the wording is supposed to be if you need to. And then you're gonna remove in between the O. You're gonna remove the negative vinyl from the Y, both Y's. And then the E has a little spot. And the R. Yeah, there's just a tiny, tiny little spot on the R. Okay, and then you're gonna take your transfer tape Make sure you don't have anything stuck on your vinyl. And you're going to remove the top of your liner of the transfer tape. And you're going to place it on top of the letters. And you're going to use a credit card, or if you happen to have a Cricut machine and you have, you know, one of these scrapers, you can do that as well. A credit card will work just as fine. And actually, if you have a hard surface, that's going to be nice. So you can even put it on top of your board. And I'm just using it as a hard surface. And you're really going to have to spend some time with this. These are very thin, pretty letters, but you do have to make sure you get every single letter. Like, you have to spend time doing this. So go over every single letter, especially the small little pieces on the front, and then you're going to flip it over and do it on the back as well. It's worth the effort because these letters look great on here, but they are thin. Okay, let's see how we're doing. You're gonna pull it at a 45-degree angle. It's still not ready. Now don't scrape too hard because you can see my Y just moved a little bit because I was really scraping hard, so. Just be careful. We'll be able to fix that though, or if not, it looks fine still. Okay, so when you start to lift it up, you may want to get some sort of sharp tool like I'm using, or even a popsicle stick could work. And if you see it pulling up, just kind of tap it here. Okay, I got it. Stick with it. It's not the easiest, but it's not impossible. And then you clear your surface and then you put it exactly where you want it. And again, you do the same thing. Now I do have to make a slight repair to mine. Got moved just a little bit, but I will fix it. Okay, if yours gets slightly moved like mine did, just do your best to fix it. Okay, looks fine. All right, so the last thing you're gonna wanna do is add your photo clip. So here's your photo clip. Now I think it looks nice over here. So you're gonna use some hot glue, and there's a flat side and then there's a curved side. So go ahead and put it on the flat side and put a generous amount so it doesn't fall off. And then just position it where you think it would look good based on what you're gonna use for it. And you just let it sit there. So let it dry and then it'll be good to go. So here it is. You can see I have my string art, then I put the sticker here, and then I put the clip here. So it's now complete. Now I mentioned before you can paint this, so you'd want to do that before you did all the string art. At the end you could add, you know, a border or any color you wanted, and there's a lot you can do with the clip too. You can, you know, put whatever you want there depending on where you're gonna hang this. So I'd love to see if you improvised at all. If you did anything else, just let me know. You can share it. You can post it on our social media and share it with us. You can use the hashtag MCPL library to share, or even hashtag MCPL at home. We've been using that for the Take and Make kits, or you can email me. My email is gagliardi@mcpllibrary.org, and I'd love to see what you did. You can shoot me a picture and show it to me, and then if you see me at the reference desk and you enjoyed this project, let me know. If you have any ideas for future Take and Make projects, let me know. I'd love to hear what you would like us to do. Maybe we can do another string art. If you have any ideas, that could be fun. And I have a lot of great programs for the fall too. So I will be back with more videos, and thank you for joining me. Have a great day.